Hey you, what's up? It's AJAlkaline here, back with another video, and today we are doing the second part of the reaction to the top 22 scariest SCPs by TATS TopVideos. This is a compilation of the top 22 scariest SCPs, and I really want to thank you guys for the support on the last reaction videos. The comments were great, and the original creator even reacted. Right now we are going to go on into the next part. So, this was the last SCP we saw, and this SCP had the ability to control the people's minds. So first they were brain dead, if I remember correctly. They became brain dead, and then the SCP, which is a mask, controls their minds, so it can control their bodies. But essentially the people are brain dead. It could also control mannequins or just lifeless objects that were, kind of humans. So let's just go right in.
Into movement, removing the need to expose live subjects. Personnel within 10 meters of SCP-035 have recently reported feeling unease, stating that they can hear unintelligible whispering. Several others have suffered from severe migraines. The object has been monitored, but there is no change in its dormant behavior, and no sounds have been recorded. SCP-035 is kept within a hermetically sealed glass case, no fewer than 4 inches thick. This case is to be contained within a steel, iron, and lead-shielded room at all times. Doors are to be triple locked at all times, with the exception of allowing personnel in or out. Guards remain outside at all times, and are not allowed within the containment room under any circumstances.
That's actually pretty awesome that they can make such an animation here. Okay, so this is where we left off.
SCP-432 Object Class Euclid. SCP-432 is an insect of unknown origin that uses the human body as a habitat for its colony. The process begins by the queen entering the body via the mouth when the subject is asleep. The insect will crawl down the trachea, creating a nest within the lungs. A few hours after awakening, subjects will complain of an ever-increasing tightness of the chest, followed by a consistent, sharp pain located in the abdomen. Soon after, the victim will begin to suffer from rabid fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, a disease which turns muscle tissue into bone. The sheer spread of this procedure causes some bone matter to breach through the skin and become exposed, causing a great deal of pain to the subject at hand. In a matter of 3 days, the subject's skeletal structure will have distorted and stretched in such a way that their body is no longer recognizable as human, taking the shape of a circle and anchoring itself to its current location and feeding off the organs within the body. Prior to this, the victim will have felt the strong compulsion to seek shelter of some sort in a small, enclosed space. The host, now in its new territory, creates a hive of insects consisting of warriors, workers, and drones within this new skeletal cage. In a particularly disturbing development, Dr. Anderson performed a range of experiments to determine the extent of damage to the host body after it has finished the transformation into a hive. While it was previously discovered in autopsy that portions of the brain are hollowed out to serve as food, others are left intact, presumably to regulate what bodily functions continue. While the eyes are eventually reached and used as a food source, opening the eyelids and examining them with a flashlight discovered that the host's eyes followed the beam. Experimentation was ceased, and no further testing was scheduled.
That would actually be pretty amazing if it wasn't so incredibly creepy, No.
SCP-895 Object Class Euclid. SCP-895 is an oak wood coffin which was recovered by the SCP team when there were reports of strange footage within the surveillance tapes regarding this particular object. SCP-895 is stored in an isolated underground containment cell at a depth of approximately 100 meters. This SCP is reported to cause disturbance to photography or video equipment within a range of 50 meters. These disturbances include vivid hallucinations and graphic images. The strangest factor of this is that those physically in the presence of SCP-895 will not experience any of these hallucinations. It's also stated that obtained footage within a range of 5 meters of the SCP will cause severe psychological trauma and hysteria from the subject. Again, even if footage is obtained from 5 meters away from the subject, those who are physically present with the SCP will not experience any kind of the trauma. And in previous operations, mobile units have even made physical contact with the coffin, and apparently, unexplained paranormal activity has been reported if the lid is removed. An audio excerpt was recovered off of site.
Now playing audio excerpt from the SCP-895 recovery log.
Team 1, command. All civilians have been detained and evacuated. You're clear to move in and capture. Command 1, lead. Roger, we are moving in.
Oh, they're capturing
We
me.
are inside the lobby. Video
Yeah, recovery is
check.
capturing me.
Team 1, command. We're seeing blood on the walls. Please confirm. Negative, command. It's clean in here. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's gone. Team 1, advise possible memetic properties in effect. We are in the storage area. Object located. Christ, it's moving. Team 1, confirm. Object appears to be alive and moving. Command negative, we see no movement. 2, open it up.
Don't open it up, man. Don't.
Command 1 lead.
Why do you have to open it
The
up?
object appears to be empty. Command, do you copy? Command, do you copy? Shit! We're bugging out! Close that thing! Now!
End of recording.
But how did they recover it
Looking
then?
at the second security monitor of the SCP-895 maintenance tunnel. Now, the personnel here have witnessed this paranormal occurrence over the past few days now. It's not as devastating as the activity that was first witnessed when we found it.
Whoa.
Maybe it's getting progressively weaker, we're unsure. Anyway, if you see right here, at the 4-minute mark, the camera feed starts getting more interference, okay? Normally, this is usual, but see right here. You see this outline of some sort of figure looming over the camera? We're not sure what that is, but alright, there's this one over here, at the far back wall. This 4-legged creature emerges, gets near the camera, and vanishes.
That's
Can't really pinpoint what these are. Maybe they are spirits of SCP-895? We are not sure.
What if the SCP collects all of the dead bodies around him and then just uses it or something
SCP-372.
whatever purpose?
Object Class Euclid.
You know? It's a coffin, so...
SCP-372, or more commonly referred to as the Peripheral Jumper, is an abnormally flexible green creature able to flex each part of its body. The muscle tissue of the Peripheral Jumper allows for rapid and accurate movements, and using this ability lurks just out of range of human peripheral vision, hence its name. In events of a containment breach, all personnel are told to watch for a green flicker in the corner of their eyes, as this is an evident sign of SCP-372's presence. Even more interesting, or rather terrifying, is its sensory organ. It allows for echolocation and identification of energy transfer. Instead of vision-sensitive eyes, there's no hiding from this sentient blur. Any thermal energy a person emits will be taken note of. SCP-372 is contained in a cell 5 meters by 4 meters by 2
how did they
meters,
recover it?
lined with reinforced plexiglass. Embedded into each of the 4 walls of the cell are infrared motion detectors.
How did they recover it? I would like to know that then. Because if they never saw it, like...
SCP-1048. Object Class
Keter.
Keter.
World Ender!
SCP-1048 is a small teddy bear,
this is creepy as hell
approximately
already.
33 centimeters in height. Through testing,
Safe Keter, look
composition
at
of the
that.
subject revealed no unusual qualities that made it discernible from a non-sapient teddy bear. Subject is capable of moving of its own accord and can communicate through a small range of gestures. The subject regularly shows affection to individuals in ways found in by most people. Affection is usually given in the form of a hug to the lower leg, but subject has also been observed dancing, jumping in place, and in 2 separate events has even drawn childlike pictures for janitorial staff.
Doesn't seem all too
However,
creepy.
7 months after its first capture, random occurrences concluded that SCP-1048 could actually create non-identical duplicates of itself. Dr. Carver has suggested that SCP-1048 uses its endearing qualities to lull those around it into a false sense of security, allowing it to collect materials to produce these creations. The first incident mainly consisted of the discovery of SCP-1048 giving a tour to an almost identical copy of itself, although the material of the duplicate was fully formed with human ears. When staff attempted to recapture the 2 objects, the duplicate let out an ear-splitting, high-pitched cry, which caused severe pain in the eyes and ears of all Foundation personnel within a 5-meter distance.
Whoa.
Every person afflicted with this symptom died within 3 minutes. This resulted in the death of 7 personnel, including the entire security team. Autopsies revealed the cause of death to be asphyxiation caused by an abundance of ear-like growths manifesting in the mouth and esophagi of all victims. The whereabouts of SCP-1048 and its clones are currently unknown,
So it's gone.
though are still believed to be somewhere in Site-24.
Holy shit, that's pretty creepy. That's actually really creepy. Wow. But an amazing idea, you know? Whoa.
SCP-096.
It's a teddy bear that's
Object
alive.
Class
Okay.
Euclid. SCP-096 measures roughly 2.5
I
meters
know
in
this
height,
guy from
with
SCP
barely
Container
any
Breach.
muscle mass or body hair. Its limbs are completely out of proportion to its body, each arm measuring at a length of 1.5 meters. The activity of SCP-096 is far from normal, spending most of its days pacing the eastern wall of its cell. The only real issue reveals itself when somebody sees its face. From this point onwards, SCP-096 will become severely emotionally distressed, covering its face with its sickly, twisted arms whilst crying, screaming,
Yeah, I know this one.
and even babbling.
This is so creepy.
It will
This
then
is
take it upon
incredibly
itself to seek out whomever was to view its face, attempting to charge towards them at speeds of 35
that's
kilometers
fast.
per hour and even higher, though the speed typically depends on the distance between the viewer and the SCP. Scarily enough, the location of the viewer does not seem to change the behavior of SCP-096, as it will have a constant, yet logically impossible sense of where the victim is at all times. Whenever 096 actually reaches the person, it will proceed to kill them, and somehow leave no traces of the victim's biological matter.
Dude.
SCP-096 is contained in an airtight steel cube at all times. Weekly checks for any cracks or holes are mandatory. Because of the nature of the SCP, only 2 cloaked video surveillance tools are used inside its cell. For safer research and security, personnel use pre-installed pressure sensors and laser detectors to ensure its presence inside the cell. AU audio log was recovered from an interview between Dr. and Captain
Okay, I wanna hear this. I wanna
detailing
hear
Zulu 9's first incident with SCP-096.
First incident.
Now playing AU audio log. 1557.
It always sucks ass to get the initial retrieval duty. You have no idea what the damn thing is capable of besides what jacked up information the field technicians
they're retrieving him.
up. And you're lucky if they even tell you the whole story. They told us to bag and tag, didn't tell us jack shit about not looking at the damn thing.
Could you describe your mission, please?
We had 2 choppers, one with my team and one on backup for Zulu 9B and Dr. We spotted the target about 2 clicks north of our patrol path. I'm guessing he wasn't facing our direction, else he would have taken us out then and there.
Your report says SCP-096 didn't react to the cold. It was minus C.
But what?
Actually, it was negative.
If you look at his face while in
Anyway,
the sky while
we landed,
flying,
approached the
then?
target,
I wanna
and
know.
Corporal got ready to
I wanna
bag
know.
it. That's when Doctor called.
Will he
I turned
jump?
to answer it, and that's what saved me. The target must have turned, and my whole squad saw it.
That's when SCP-096 entered an agitated emotional state?
Yeah, well, I never saw its face. My squad did, and they paid for it.
Could you describe it a little more, please?
Yeah, it started screaming at us and crying. Not animal roaring, sounded exactly like a person. Really creepy. We started firing and it picked up Corporal and ripped off his leg.
Oh, dude.
We were blowing chunks out of the target, round after round. Didn't do jack shit.
And that's when you ordered the use of an 84 HEDT launcher?
An anti-tank gun.
Well-
We started carrying it ever since we had some of the SCPS get loose. I've seen
SCPS.
those tear through tanks like tissue.
SCPS.
There was
SCP.
significant damage to SCP-096?
It didn't even flinch. It kept tearing apart my squad, but with half of its torso gone.
Huh?
But it was taking damage.
If it wasn't showing it. It must have lost all its organs, all of its blood, but it didn't acknowledge any of it. Its bone structure
Just
wasn't
blow it up
hurt
from the
at
inside.
all.
Just blow it up.
So, no actual structural damage. How many rounds would you say were fired at SCP-096?
At the least, 1,000. Our door gunner kept his GAW-19 on it for at least 20 seconds. 20 fucking seconds. That's 650 caliber rounds pumped into that thing. Might as well been spitting at it.
And this is when Zulu 9B arrived?
Zulu 9B managed to get a bag over its head and it just sat down. We got it into the chopper and got it here.
We have obtained an artist's depiction of SCP-096's face. Would you like to view it?
No.
You know, after hearing that thing's screams and the screams of my men, I don't think I want to put a face on one.
No, I wouldn't do that either.
Alright. Well, I believe we're done here. Is that you, Captain? Captain is confirmed to have left interview room 22, subject slightly distressed. I hereby request SCP-096 be terminated as soon as possible.
That's
This is Dr.
a smart move.
Audio log.
That's a smart
date,
move.
January 5th,
Yeah, definitely.
1992.
End
Definitely.
of recording.
Definitely something smart to do. That's just an incredibly weird SCP. If you look at his face, you die. Like you just die.
SCP
Goodbye. Oh,
173.
this is the main SCP from
Object Class Euclid.
Containment Breach.
Probably one of the most popular SCP monsters.
Yep.
SCP-173 is a humanoid statue
Right.
made from concrete and
No.
other rock
Nope.
material, with discoloration in the face region.
And then the ass region.
As innocent as
Look
the
at that
object
ass.
class makes this monster
Look at
sound,
that ass.
the capabilities of the statue are unfathomable. Looking away for a split second, even when blinking, will mean that this statue is free to move. When chamber inspections or maintenance takes place, no less than 3 members of staff can be in the room and must alert one another before blinking to reduce the risk of having their necks broken. SCP-173 cannot move when direct eye contact is made, meaning that if a constant line of sight is made with the statue, it can't move. Recent reports indicated scraping sounds of stone, originating from inside the container when no one is present inside, or no cameras are monitoring it. It's considered normal, but was indicated to be a warning if the behavior had changed.
Okay.
The brown substance on the floors of the room seemed to be a combination of feces and blood, and is usually noticed several days into the week. Origin of these materials is unknown, but the enclosure must be cleaned on a bi-weekly
So
basis.
it just shits. But that isn't even the scariest SCP then. Whoa. Okay. Okay.
SCP-106. Object Class
Is that the
Keter.
world? No, that's not.
SCP-106
Oh, this guy!
appears to be an elderly humanoid figure, heavily decomposed. One of the creepiest aspects of this SCP is that its behavior is completely unpredictable, and can remain motionless for days before attacking. Any material that comes in contact with SCP-106 will proceed to corrode due to the mucus matter that covers this monster's body.
Look at his face. Whoa.
It is proven that this SCP can actually walk through solid matter, such as walls, and is believed to travel into its pocket dimension that it uses as a lair for prey. As for attacking, it assaults major organs and arteries to completely disable the victims before transporting them to the pocket dimension. SCP-106 is to be contained in a sealed container comprised of lead-lined steel. The container will be sealed within 40 layers of identical material, each layer separated by no less than 36 centimeters of empty space. SCP-106 appears to go through long periods of dormancy, in which it will remain completely motionless for up to 3 months. The cause for this is unknown. However, it has been known that this appears to be used as a lulling tactic. SCP-106 will emerge from this state in a very agitated emotion, and will attack and abduct staff and cause gross damage to its containment cell and the site at large. SCP-106 appears to hunt and attack based on desire and not hunger. SCP-106 will attack and collect multiple prey items during a hunting behavior event, keeping many alive in the pocket dimension for extended periods of time.
Keep me alive.
SCP-106 has no terminal limit and appears to collect a random number of prey items during an event.
This guy. Okay. Wow. So he has his own dimension. So that is where I was in the SCP containment.
SCP-087.
This is a stairwell, right?
Object Class
Stairwell,
Euclid.
right?
SCP-087 is an unlit platform staircase. Stairs descend on a 38-degree angle for 13 steps, before reaching a semicircular platform of approximately 3 meters in diameter.
Huh?
The design of SCP-087 limits subjects to a visual range of approximately 1.5 flights. A light source is required for any subjects exploring SCP-087, as there are no lighting fixtures or windows present. Lighting sources brighter than 75 watts have shown to be ineffective, as SCP-087 seems to absorb excess light. Depth of descent calculated from Exploration 4 is shown to be far beyond both the possible structure of both the building and geological surroundings. At this time, it is unknown if SCP-087 is an endpoint. Within this chamber of stairs, the sound of a pleading child can be heard, but the source cannot be found. Even descending further down the flight of stairs will not increase the volume of the crying. All SCP personnel who conducted a search within SCP-087 encountered another figure identified as SCP-0871. Video-recorded explorations witnessed a pale face with no pupils, nostrils, or a visible mouth. Although it has been determined that SCP-0871 is not the source of the aforementioned crying, those faces with SCP-0871 suffer from extreme paranoia and nausea, and in some cases, personnel have fallen unconscious in their blind panic and are never rescued. The nature of SCP-0871 is entirely unclear, but it has been determined that it is not the source of the pleading either. It was reported 2 weeks following Exploration 4, several members of the campus reported knocking at a variable rate of 1 to 2 seconds, coming from the interior of SCP-087. Ever since, heavy maintenance was performed on the door leading to SCP-087. All the reported knockings have ceased.
Wow, dude. Wow, just wow. Like, all of these SCPs are just creepy, and most... Okay. Like, I'm gonna play this one, the credits, without... I think this is the end one. Yeah, okay. So, holy shit, this video is so incredibly professionally made. This is amazing. I was fully immersed in what they were telling me. Dude, this is top quality video. So, if you're watching this, then kudos to you. So, like, the storytelling just was amazing. I have no commentary to say on that, like, no criticism or something. It was just great. So, anyway, about these SCPs, like, I think that the beauty of a lot of these SCPs is that you know that something can happen or will happen, or that there is something there that may do something, you know. That is the beauty of these SCPs. That is the creepiest part of these SCPs. And in any horror movie that you see these days, you know that something is there. You know that something is just, you know, right around the corner, that it can kill you at any point, you know, fictionally speaking, that it can do something at any point, but that it is not being shown yet, okay? So that it is not being shown. And that is the beauty of these SCPs as well. Take, for example, the last SCP, the number 1 SCP 087. It's just incredibly creepy, you know, an everyday object like stairs. You go downstairs every day, you go upstairs every day, but stairs, you know, stairs. They made something incredibly scary out of stairs, you know. You go downstairs, but it's just an endless staircase, and sometimes you will hear crying, sometimes you will see a face in the distance, and when you go to the face, nothing happens, but you will feel anxiety, and you know, you start getting scared. And that is just, you know, it's just the beauty of SCPs, and that there are so many of them is so incredibly amazing. So, video creator, I want to thank you for creating this video and letting me react to it. It was an amazing video. You need to make more of this type of videos, because I love SCP, especially the SCP universe, and I love watching this type of videos with this footage. Like I saw those videos where they have just like text or something, or concept art of the SCP in question, but you actually have, like, this video actually had, you know, stock footage and real life footage of the SCPs, animations, you know. It was just amazing. I like seeing those type of videos. So, did you enjoy this video? Put it in the comment section down below. Also, like and comment to this video whatever you want. If you want to comment something else, just comment it away. And also subscribe if you want to see more. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Hey, see you all.